Now, this is it. We're making it. It's happening. Oh, got to open the old intro music. Hold on a second. There it is. Boop. Yeah. Yeah, I got to crank that to max. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I didn't move over the guest. Oh, I didn't move the guest game things over. All right, it's all right. I'll do it in real time.
No.
I'll do it in real time. It's fine. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. BOP, record, yes, overwrite. All right, here goes. It starts in 3, 2, 1.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
This is the Boop Show, episode 232 for Monday, January 27, 2020. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Did you make a noise during the intro there? Did you go... What was
not
that?
Intentionally.
Oh,
not intentionally.
You made like a
I
little
was trying not to knock everything over. We're doing blip.
Oh, I gotcha. All right. Well, no, I liked it because it added mystery and mystique to the proceedings.
Oh, what are they doing here? They're doing something funky.
What's this about? Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're glad to be here. It's me, Scott Johnson, him, Brian Dunaway, and we're going to do video game talking. We're going to talk about what we've been playing. We like to dip our toes into a lot of obscure games you're not necessarily thinking about, not big AAA titles necessarily. Sometimes they're games you never even heard of, and boom, right here in your lap, ready to roll. So it's exciting stuff. I hope you'll enjoy yourselves while we do it. It seemed suggestive a little, didn't it? Just tiny bit.
No, that whole intro felt uncomfortable to me. Like, let's see, let's dip our toes in it. Let me sit on your lap. Let's do it.
Yeah, it seemed like it was going places, but here we are.
It did.
Safe on the other side. All right, I'm going to talk to you fine people at home, listening and watching, about a game that I found kind of by accident.
Oops.
And I'm always on the look for a game like this, so it's a shame I wasn't aware of it before. Apparently, it was a Kickstarter to start with, and it's been worked on forever, and now finally in some sort of form on Steam. And had I known about it, I would have supported this from day one, because this is totally my jam, and I want to play this sort of thing all the time. So,
well, what is it?
It is called Littlewood.
Littlewood?
Littlewood.
Little Johnson?
Yeah, tiny wood. All right, so the game is called Littlewood, and that's the name of the town, although you can name it whatever you want when you start. But think Animal Crossing, think, what's the other one we played a ton of, whose name escapes me at the moment?
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley. Geez, Scott. How did that leave my head? Stardew Valley, a little bit of the old Harvest Moon style stuff in there. But where this sets itself apart is, well, first of all, it's got this graphical style that's very simple.
Yes.
You could say, oh, well, it's an old 8-bit looking thing. I would say it's something else. It's like a stylistic
but
choice.
It has too much anti-alias to be like 8-bit, right?
Right. It's clearly
it's
a game.
shaped like 8-bit, but it has anti-aliasing in it.
Yeah. It's just a cute approach to this kind of game. And there are people all over this town when you get there. There's some mystery as to where you've come from. When you talk to the people, they remember you as some great hero, but you don't have memory of any of this. And so your job is to sort of try to figure stuff out. You build yourself
so
a
house.
Like
Jason Bourne of the 8-bit world.
A little bit, yeah. You punch a guy in Morocco while he's trying to use the toilet or whatever. How'd that scene go?
That's exactly how it went.
I don't think I may have
Nailed
made that up. Anyway, so the gist of it, the upshot is you build a house. People come to your town. You build them houses. You harvest wood and stone and other stuff like you might expect in a game like this. You have a farm. You can build make fruit trees and plant carrots and that kind of thing. You can also deform terrain, move buildings around after you've built them.
What? Now you're talking.
Yep. Now I've got now I'm giving you your language. You kind of build out this town. As time goes on, you unlock new blueprints for new items and new things. Like, if it sounds like I'm describing,
kind of almost like a city builder.
Very much so.
Kinda.
Yeah. I mean, you're not spending most of your time moving houses around. You're
right.
You're still mostly doing the things that you would expect in a game like this. But you have your own house. You got a bed in there. When you've worked yourself too hard, you get exhausted. You need to go to sleep. When you wake up, you're fresh in the morning. But in this case, when you die, or in this game, if you wear yourself out while you're out there getting stuff, you just fall asleep and then wake up in that spot the next day, and you're a little tired, you're a little groggy, so you don't have as much energy for the day. But you can still keep going. You don't lose anything. There's none of those restrictions. So you can
essentially become a homeless person.
Kind of.
Not on purpose.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit. There's a hot air balloon that eventually unlocks, and you start to fly that thing over to the caves and over to the forest, and both of those places have things you want to go mine or harvest there. You have quick travel back home, so you never have to worry about getting back on time. You just hit B, and there's an option that says go home, and you're suddenly in your house. And then you sleep, and then all the stuff you did levels up before or as you're having that night over, and you'll see it all level up. It's like my relationship with Willow, my relationship with Bill Bob up the road, my harvesting ability, my fishing, my farming, my whatever, and you'll just see the loo. And as those things level up, you have more capabilities in each of those areas, and then you go out and you do it again. It is like one of the most insidious, just one more time, just one more time, just one more time kind of games I have ever played, and I don't want to stop playing it ever. I want to be in there right freaking now. I think it's extremely good for what this is. For what this is supposed to be, it might be my favorite of these. And part of it is these quality of life things. They're not making it hard. It's meant to be peaceful and chill. It's not supposed to be hard, and you're not supposed to kill a bunch of creatures or any of that stuff. It's just, let's level up. Let's advance. Let's learn new things about these characters. Let's have a little bit of story, but not too much story. Let's go fishing. Let's go dig around for some rare metals. Let's go back. Let's go to the restaurant place and make some kind of food and then sell that food overnight and make a crap ton of money. That's the other thing, is you're always making money. Fat stacks.
Oh, yeah. Making fat stacks.
Yep. And
so is that the part where you do the city building? You got to have the cash, you got to have the scratch to build the cities?
You got to have so money. Okay, so
no, it looks like supplies.
So building and stuff, you go get wood and you convert it into planks and then you build stuff, right? Like it's just like materials. If you want to, the money itself, you spend that on upgrades to the town. So, for example, you're the mayor, or as I named myself, the Peen of the town.
The Peen.
Yeah, I'm the Peen. I decided.
How about Mayor Peen?
Well, because it asked me, what do you want to be called? And I said, okay, so when I started the game, it says, name yourself. I decided to be Bumblenuts. And it said, well, what's your name of your town? And it said Littlewood was the default, but I could be whatever. So I named it Grandular. Or glandular, sorry, not glandular.
I was going to say glandular? Okay, I like glandular.
Yeah, it's glandular. Like a glandular problem, like people with, with the penis and the whatnot. So anyway, I did that, and then it said, all right, you're the mayor of this town, or do you prefer to be called something else? And I said, yeah, I want to be called the Peen. So now anytime someone comes up to me, they go, Peen Bumblenuts, what has happened to the thing, right? So anyway, as the mayor, you can go to the mayor's house or the offices there.
Or as the Peen.
Yeah, or as the Peen. And in there's a thing where every building that does anything like any kind of construction, manufacturing, conversion of items, turning wood into planks, turning stone into bricks, that sort of stuff, they have upgrade centers in all those places. And when you click on those, sometimes it costs just raw money. Sometimes it costs money and some planks or some stone or something else. And every time you do one of those upgrades, you unlock more and more abilities in each of those areas. So if it's the restaurant, more stuff in there. It's more of a tavern. If it's the wood place, it's more wood abilities. If it's what else? Even the hot air balloon has upgrades, and the more you do there, the more places it can take you. It just got unlocked a place that's like a city where I can go buy like rare materials and stuff. Anyway, if I'm making it sound complicated, the beauty of the game is that it kind of is, but none of it feels complicated. It just feels like you just slide into it, you know right where to go, what to do. It's kind of adorable. I made a little bald guy. It's a great game, dude. It's really
right. I've been looking at it. It's like $13. It's on sale right now on Steam. I mean, super
no
cheap.
reason not to get it if you like
it's
this
early
sort of
access.
thing.
Is that what I saw? Or
that is correct. That is correct.
Yeah. It released last year, but it's early access still. I mean, it didn't really release.
I think it's newer than that on the release. I think early access just launched, so I think people have been playing it for a while, but that's if you had like Kickstarter access or something.
Right.
But anyway, they're making a Switch version, so that's coming.
Oh, see, this looks like the perfect Switch game to me.
Yeah, I'll probably get it again if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And if you're like me and you're sitting around going, man, I need Animal Crossing real bad. What can tide me over till I get Animal Crossing?
It's a coming.
This game. This is a game that will tide you over. And maybe even go beyond that, because so far I just think it is a brilliant little one of these games, and I cannot recommend it enough. As the last time I checked, Steam was enjoying a overwhelmingly positive review for this, which is rare on Steam, and it deserves it. You know how these games normally like, oh, here's a place to go fishing, but it's not a very big lake.
Here's a place to go fishing.
I want more fish in this lake or whatever. You can you can make your own lake. Like you can just carve out a lake in the build menu and make whatever kind of fishing, advantage you want. Trees grow back, weeds grow back. You scavenge every day for stuff. You can sell that at the market.
Does Cindy Lou Who follow you everywhere you go?
No.
Is that like
all right, so that's another cool thing. That girl right there is what's her name? Looney, Tooney, whatever her name is. I forgot. Willow. She follows you around because you've told her to. You've asked her to be your companion. And the reason that works, or what that does, is actually a benefit to you. So having her tag around with you will give you a greater chance of getting 2 or more things from a normal harvest. So let's say
so she's kind of giving you like reputation, huh?
Kind of like if you kill a tree, you might get more of a certain kind of wood. You might get 2 pieces of cuttable, usable wood instead of 1 because she's with you to bonus that. There's another guy.
Okay.
I even said bonus. I'm really screwing this up.
I love that. So she's with you. Yeah. You can get twice as much wood.
Yes. Now, there's another guy. This is a better example. There's an old guy down the road who's, once you build him a house, he will tag along with you if you want him to.
Wait, you got to build this guy a house?
You build everybody houses in this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the reality is you're in charge of every damn thing. And so you go to that dude. Oh, look, he just did his market. That's cool. This old guy, if he tags with you, you have a chance of getting just money out of nothing. So you're digging up a tree. Oh, suddenly there's $200 extra dollars in this. Just while I was digging up the tree. It's like taking a pig around with you or whatever. Yeah. I love it. I cannot say enough about it. For that price, it's stupid point of entry. This is not a, game full of, it's just like old fashioned, like, here's a game to play. There's no microtransactions or any garbage.
Oh God, don't you love that? No microtransactions, no economy. Yeah. Well, not any real economy, not real world economy.
And it's oh, he's about to die because he's gonna get that fish. Oh no, if he does one more thing, he's gonna not die, but he's gonna fall asleep. So now he goes back to his house, says goodbye to Cindy Lou Bumhard or whatever.
Willow, yeah.
Goes in there, takes a sleep. Now look at all this stuff.
She's following him. She's doing great. Get out of here, Willow. I'm trying to take a nap.
Look at all that stuff.
Everybody's up. Yeah, everything's upgrading. Level 1, level this, level that.
Yeah, and it's everything in the game has progression in it. And again, it's just deceptively simple. Yeah. And I've had the hardest time. I'll go do my thing, finish everything, go to sleep, wake up, and go, one more day. I'll just go down there and get that money. Oh, wait, that guy's here in the town, and he has a special thing. He was not here before. What's that about? Oh, he sends me on a bit of a quest. All right, well, okay, one more night. Then I do it again. Well, maybe I'll check the mail. Ooh, and the mail's a bunch of stuff. It's really insidious that way. But delightful
little
and
wood.
Great. Yeah,
right?
Littlewood, all one word.
Right.
And
and her name's Willow.
Yeah, her name's
Isn't
Willow.
that's a tree name?
It's like a tree name. Yep.
Yeah, Dudley. That's not a tree name.
No, he's just the old guy. I'll hang with you though if you want. Apparently, I beat some wizard in a fight or something, but I don't have any memory of this. So there's a lot of that weirdness going on.
Remember that time you fought that wizard?
That wizard is. I haven't seen the wizard yet. But I'm making fat money. I'm like chopping down trees. It's the greatest. I'm really digging it. Although I just realized this person in this video is chopping down trees but leaving the stumps.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
I haven't been doing that.
Allow it to grow back?
Yeah, that means that tree will grow back.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Oh, so you just been taking them down to the nub?
Yeah, I take the stumps too because those have wood in them. So I just take that. Right. But anyway, not much else to say except Littlewood might be my...
What happened to Dalton? I want to know everybody's story here. Dalton got like
sucks.
One puffy eye.
He's a piece of shit. I don't like Dalton. He really is. He wears a
One
headband.
of his eyes is all swole up.
He wears a headband. He's just kind of a dude, bro.
Did somebody like punch him? Is that the bathroom?
No, that's
okay. I thought that was the free shells.
Okay. Saw in there. It's funny that you say that though. Now that I look at it.
Right. I'm glad. Okay, good.
It's a very cool game. I can't say enough about it. And honestly, I don't like picking, my favorite games of 2020 yet, but this is right up there, dude. It's very cool.
It looks like fun.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, Brian, tell us about Warhammer Quest 2: The End Times.
Oh, I got to tell you about the Warhammer 2 of the End Times. Warhammer's Quest, excuse me.
Yeah.
So it's tactical turn-based, good fun. I'm playing this on my Switch at night times, and I'm just laying in bed and taking my strategy to the next level. How many action points do I have left? None. Crap. But you've played this before, right? I think you've actually talked about it on the show.
I played the
first one,
and then the second one I have on iOS. So yes, I have played them.
Right. Got on iOS? Is it on it? Is it an iOS game? Yeah. Well, I guess it is. Yeah. Oh, yep. There's my note. It says right there, iOS.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exactly what you'd think it would be. You got some warriors, and they go from town to town, village to village, dungeon to dungeon, and you'll enter these dungeons with your warriors. I'm up to 4 warriors right now. You start out, I believe, with 2. And there's one with ranged attack and one with a little bit of a big old battle axe. Come here, mister. I got something for you. And so you're fighting the typical creatures what you expect to find in a dungeon. Bats, men that are shaped like cows with horns on their head.
Yeah.
Minotaurs. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Those kind of guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're actually a little bit tougher than some of these other guys. But you got to clear the dungeons to get to the end goal of each dungeon. And they'll usually send you on a quest when you go to a village. You get your quest, you head out, and you do your little strategy thing. And I'll tell you, I have messed up so many times because I can't count well. Apparently, I'll move a guy to a tile, and then I'll realize I didn't save enough action points to do anything other than to stand in front of him and get beaten down. I do this quite often. And what's even more frustrating is the reason why I showed you at the top of the show, I got my Switch Lite. Yeah. And what prompted me to do that is I have drift in my full Switch console.
Yeah.
And so every time I was playing the last couple of days, I would go to do something, and all of a sudden my dude would go 5 jumps in the wrong direction. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I would get killed. You upgrade your characters as you would warriors. They upgrade your armor, and you upgrade the levels as you go along. And it's just Warhammer tactical fun.
Yeah, and it's Warhammer, not 40K, everybody. It's Warhammer good old-fashioned fantasy Warhammer. That's what you're playing here.
Right. I want to say more about it because I've played for about maybe 5 or 6 hours, and I feel like I really haven't even gotten started. I'm playing it just seems like the same play over and over again, but it's fun play.
Yeah, no, it's good turn-based. It's basically the board game. It's the board game, kind of.
It is the board game. That's the best comparison. I guess it is really just
it's based just
right
on
off
that.
of right off the board game.
And they do have a Warhammer 40K version of this. I forgot what they call it though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called let's see, iOS Warhammer 40K. There's so many 40K games on PC. I think I'll narrow it down by mobile because I played it there.
Now, some of the characters, like I got an ogre. So each warrior has has the ability to.
Death Watch. It's called. Sorry, Death Watch. Warhammer 40K Death Watch. Tyrannid Invasion. It's sort of the same idea, but it's
that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's very good.
But like I said, I'm enjoying this game so far. I do like. I feel frustrated sometimes though because sometimes I feel like I'm in dungeons and I'm fighting low level. Bad guys, little ghouls or something, and I keep missing. I'll swing and miss, and I'll only take one hit off somebody, and I'm like, this guy's only got 10 hit points, and I can't kill him. It's just it doesn't always seem to make logical sense to me. Maybe it's because I don't know enough about Warhammer.
Right.
Maybe that's their problem. But I'll be going against some, and I'm like, I've been trying to figure out what their weaknesses are, and I'm like, well, it says right here. his weakness is my big old hammer. And so I'm swinging my big old hammer at him, but it ain't hurting him. So what am I doing wrong? But if you go to Steam and look around, there's this game has got some mixed reviews. I think people liked the first one a little bit better. I've seen some complaints about this one so far, but
What are the complaints generally?
that's what I was just scrolling down to see what the most recent complaint. Let's see. I didn't think one can make a sequel to Warhammer Quest that would be worse than the original. Oh well, he was already mad.
He was already mad.
Primed.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Don't talk
let's
to
get
that
that
guy.
one then.
Yeah.
Why this game sucks? Frock says, not fun. It's an overly simplified mobile game to pass the time at best. Well, that's fine. That's what I
don't
wanted.
have a problem with that.
To do that. By the way, you're watching me play. By the way,
Oh, is this you? Okay.
that is me playing. This is early on, like before my drift got really bad. You
Oh,
see me
must be
clicking?
because that's how you captured it. I
Yeah.
guess we don't really have that option
Yeah.
with the
Right.
other switches. Yeah.
And so, okay, so annoying, repetitive soundtrack. I like the soundtrack, but it does get a little repetitive. So now I'm just doing reviews for this bad review. Poor sound design, no ambient sound. I got a copyright strike too, by the way. Not a strike, but a copyright infringement notification or whatever it is.
Oh, those aren't so bad.
Yeah, it was just the song or whatever. And so I hit YouTube and I told it, I said, get out of here.
Yeah.
I said, just blitz it, because there's so much silence in this game, because there's a lot of silent times where it's just like really quiet or nothing really going on. And
They
UI
ding you
design.
for the weirdest things, man. You get dinged for the dumbest
They really
stuff.
do. It was like it was like I had a. I was like, why this one song? Because I mean, I played it for an hour, and I think I've heard the song in other spots, but for some reason it hit it at a certain place, and I said,
I don't
let's
have it
wipe
handy
out.
right now, or I'd play it, but I've got permission from Rob Gabers back in the day. Remember, he gave me permission to play his video games from the 1950s arcade music, whatever, or
Oh
album.
yeah.
And I used it for themes and all sorts of stuff. He was always cool about it. He's like, yeah, please use it. Half the reason I made this is because I was inspired by your game shows. So I'm happy to play it, but whenever I play it, YouTube gives me a thing because they say we don't have the rights.
Really?
Yeah, but how can I can't call the robot in charge and go, excuse me, 849B12, I have the rights to play this music. Does not compute. Exterminate. Burp, burp. Like, they don't know. It really sucks. Anyway.
It does. Now this is on sale on Steam for $20. You can actually get the first Warhammer Quest and the second one for $27.98. I'm playing on the Switch, which I think is probably the best because it really is a mobile game. It really feels like more of a mobile game. Just click, 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 click.
Right.
But I enjoy it. I
Using
enjoy
the
it.
screen
The
at all?
story's kind of-
Is it all joystick, or is there screen controls on this thing?
I think I was doing joystick on mine.
All right.
But one thing I do like is I like the dialogue, and there's no dialogue per se, but there's written, there's story. This right. They don't really talk, but I like the dialogue in the written story. It's
I like
fun.
the dialogue, and there's no real dialogue per se. but
It's
I
not really
like
dialogue, but it has what's the words I was looking
The
for?
story,
I was like,
the
the words. I
interactions,
like the
the
story, but there's not
characterization,
much
sure.
of a story because it's not really coherent.
Right.
So there's like bits and pieces of like these when you arrive in a small town. There's like about 2 or 3 paragraphs worth of description, and there'll be like some dialogue that one of the characters would say. So I don't know. I'm still kind of torn. Maybe it's the reason why it's mixed. Maybe it's the reason why everybody's giving us mixed reviews. I've enjoyed it. Words are hard, right?
Words are hard. Yeah. I know this more than any of us, probably. All right. Well, I think that sounds all right. I liked it on my phone, so I'm sure I'd probably like it. Now I'm gonna. Go ahead.
It's everywhere. I mean, it's on the Xbox, the PC, the PS4, the iOS, the Switch.
Yeah. Right.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere you look, and then some. All right, we're going to now talk about a game I played on the Epic Store called Surviving the Aftermath.
Oh.
A new game by Paradox Interactive.
Oh.
If you're familiar with them, they make amazing strategy games, all kinds of great games. And their latest game is one that is currently in early access on the Epic Store. And the reason I got it there is because, A, it's the only place on PC that it currently is. But also, B, they gave me a $10 voucher over there that I hadn't used, and I thought, I'll use it for half of this. So this game only cost me $10, and it also is totally up my alley, so it was like a no-brainer. I'm like, I'm going to play this thing. I asked around. A few people out there were like, oh, yeah, it's cool. I really like it. They've got some rad stuff playing and blah, blah, blah. Good time to get in is what people said. So I decided to get in. Every game, you set up kind of your difficulty, and you do that by doing a bunch of factors like catastrophes, and they'll do this little story about the people around you they're not gonna survive if you blah, blah, how bad, and then you can kind of say, well, we're pretty resilient, and that means less catastrophes or whatever. You can kind of design your own difficulty level, and it'll give you like a percentage of
this
difficulty.
Is an interesting way to do this.
It is. It's very
level.
It's a very
story.
It's a very story driven difficulty level setting. It's very cool.
Right.
Anyway, once you get in, you're presented with what looks like a traditional city builder, except you're in a post-apocalyptic, the world is destroyed and you're trying to rebuild. There are no zombies. It's not that.
What?
Yeah. It's just...
Then how's it supposed to be post-apocalyptic?
Some giant... there's a combination, and it's hard to say.
Is there some kind of flu from China? What was it?
Well, they don't go too into detail here, but it's clear that there's some combination of plague-like reasons and also some major war thing. There's nuclear waste everywhere, and you got to try to clean that stuff up and not camp near it and things like that. But then the way
I'm awfully warm. Are you warm? Yeah. You think it's this nuclear waste?
Yeah, basically. So the game plays a lot like you can use a controller or a mouse or keyboard. I use mouse and keyboard on this, but it plays like a city builder. It's like here's the land you're on. It's all sort of randomized. And you start with a burned out bunker full of some supplies, and your goal is to harvest wood, plant farms, try to get some potatoes and corn going, that kind of thing, and survive. And it's got an emphasis on, work hard to get people what they need, or else you're going to have deaths and you're going to have illnesses. Right. So you want to have, medical tents and stuff like that set up.
Does Willow follow you around? Does you chop trees?
No, there's no Willow in this game. She is nowhere to be found. What makes this game interesting, in addition to what I already think is a super solid base, because this all plays very well. I like it a lot. It even has this thing where once in a while someone will come to your gate, and there'll be like a guy in a van standing on the van demanding money or demanding food in exchange for the lives of somebody he kidnapped or something like that. So it's got a lot of that sort of strife and conflict stuff going on, and you as the leader kind of have to make good decisions about where to spend your best people, that kind of thing. But here's what makes it truly unique, okay? Because at the end of the day, you could just say, oh, well, this is like Sim City with a survival-y end of the world kind of idea, kind of Frostpunk a little, but not quite that. Frostpunk Frostpunk, and Brian's going to talk about it in a minute. That game's designed to make you miserable. This game is more hopeful. It's like, we're going to grow, we're going to be better, we're going to,
everything is green in this game so far. It's much more hopeful than the...
For sure. Until the plagues and the rats come, because then, there's some moments in here. They have these catastrophe things that are pretty rough. But anyway, that is all good, and that would make a great game on its own. But you can zoom out to the world view, and in the world view, it turns into what looks like a big top-down Civilization 5 game, where you've got like a survivor-looking dude. He's a specialist, they're called. And you have action points. Think of it as movement points, basically.
Right.
To then move him around the map and find other resources and improve your options. And so he'll be out there rolling around out on top on this big overworld. I'm trying to find video of it for the chat, and I can't jump to it for some reason.
Cool. So when you go out overworld, it's kind of like turns into like a strategy kind of thing.
You'll be out in that big overworld, and you'll see, there's a town with some science. There's like a bunch of science points there because it used to be a facility or a hospital or something. So you can go into that place, you collect these science points, and then you can use. They have a talent tree. It's like your guys
I want science points. I just want science points.
Well, you can do that, and then you can spend them. You spend them on improvements to your place, like your farms have a better yield, or it only takes one guy to do a certain thing. It used to take two, or whatever it is. You have all these benefits and upgrades, and that's very Civilization-like as well. But while you're on that overworld, you have 7 points of movement, at least initially, and the guy can go scout around and move him out to the edge of where we know the land is, and then do a scouting job. Oh, the chat, it's actually showing now, I think. No, yeah, it is. That's him. So, Brian, you'll see this on the stream. That little dude with his action points can now go scope out new places to be. And when he does that, he can scavenge. He can fight strongholds if he's got the power for it. You want to be careful. You don't want him to die. He can get sick too, so you got to be careful about where you send him. If you're, some swamp that's like covered in radiation or something, that's bad.
Get out in those mosquitoes there. It's just go ahead.
Yeah,
keep walking. Keep going.
And anyway, when he does that, when his movement or his skill points are spent, he can't do anything else, and the timer starts, and so you go back to the main map,
right?
And you keep working away.
The game
right there, huh?
Are you showing the game on the stream?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's only there. You not see it? Oh no, I'm not. Shit. My bad.
I can't wait. He's like, you'll see it just in a second, Brian. I'm like, oh no, I'm still seeing Scott here.
You see that guy?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here, you turned him into fast mode.
Yeah, look at this guy. See him? He's out there now picking stuff.
Oh, he's a big giant. He's like Paul Bunyan there.
Exactly. He's a unit. This sort of represents more than just whatever. And so
he's a real unit.
He's a real unit.
Look at him.
So he might find survivors. He might find food.
Oh, this does feel like Civ, doesn't it?
Very much, that part. And that world down there you see in the corner now, that thing has a little green timer thing around it that's slowly recharging. You can improve that over time. But wasn't that when that recharges, the thing will come up and say, your specialist is ready. He can go look for some more stuff. Wow. So he has this downtime, and while that's happening, you have the real-time thing happening in town.
Yeah.
Which you can pause anytime if you want to. It's great. It's thematically exactly what I like. It's got a great focus on the parts of these kind of games that I enjoy. There's just a lot to like. I think it's great. And I don't know how far off they are.
Surviving the apocalypse. What's it called again?
Surviving the aftermath.
Aftermath.
Right. Because apparently something real bad happened before all this. And you're now dealing with it. You can name your town. You can name your motto for your town. Do you want to hear what mine is?
Yes, please. Tell me your motto.
You're going to love this. My town is called Choderville. Okay? Choderville.
It's called Choderville. I'm telling you that with a straight face.
And my
Choderville.
My theme, my motto is don't drink the water, dipshit. And it let me do it. It's all in there.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's very cool. This was a nice surprise for me. And for me, it was only $10.
You found two great games.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And weirdly, they scratch a similar itch, but in a different way. It's kind of hard to explain.
One's very cutesy and kind of it does a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more survival in that game than
it can be if you make it that difficult. It gives you a lot of options. I like a little bit more chill approach to everything, so I'm not going to go super hardcore on that. But you can go 100% difficulty on this, and it is brutal. It can be done, but it's freaking hard. So I've only had one death so far. That came from they caught some weird virus and died.
Wet socks.
Maybe. I had a rat plague that just about killed two others, but that we ended up making it through that. I ended up making more tents for medical, and that ended up solving our problem. But when people come to the gate, you want to be aware of that. So when they do, you can recruit them often. Oftentimes they're looking for a safe place to be, and you can be that place.
I like the shadow and how it's tracking.
Yeah, did you see that? And then this dude's playing it on with a high speed setting, but you can have it on normal speed, slow speed, pause it if you want, super speed it up, whatever. The overworld guy isn't dependent on any of that. His is a set timer that's separate. It's a really interesting addition, but it's rad, man.
I like that idea. Yeah. I do like that idea. That's good mixture. This game has some really good ideas. I would like to play this.
Yeah, it's cool, and the characters all have kind of their own little. Oh, there's a little fight
going
here.
How do I get a $10 gift card?
Did you see this
thing? He
just clicked on a brawl. Sorry, this is awesome because there's a fight broke out in camp between people, and I have to negotiate. I have to figure out a way to do this. I'm like, all right, well, you can both have food and leave, or I have to be authoritative, or I can be nice, and I can make these decisions.
Give them medicine,
and that affects the morale and the happiness levels and all that stuff. So you got to be careful. Oh, here comes the pandemic. This is bad. All right. Anyway, so it's great. It's great. You should get it. Oh, the $10. Let me tell you about how that works. So I guess at Christmas they had a $10 voucher to anyone who logged in. It didn't matter. It was like an automatic coupon. And you could spend it on anything on the store. So it was like whatever you want on here, just use your $10 toward it. I forgot I had it. So when I went in there the other day and I'm like, I'm going to get this. I was planning on just spending the $20.
Right.
And it said, "Oh, your coupon's ready." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, I'll pay 10 then."
Your coupon is ready.
Yeah. Do you say coupon or coupon?
Coupon.
When I was a kid, we always said
Let
coupon.
me see. I think I say coupon. That's how I say it.
Yeah, we did too. But now you say now you say coupon is the correct way to say it.
Coupon. Yeah, because it's not really coupon, right?
Yeah, it's coupon or like Groupon is a play on that.
Right.
So yeah, coupon is how you'd say it.
That's a game in itself. I'll never survive.
Grey Poupon. All right. That's a great game. People should play it. It's rad. Again, it's called Surviving the Aftermath and is available now on the Epic Store and I would assume coming to other places soon enough. Maybe even consoles because it has great controller support. All right, Brian. One other little mention. No, let's talk about Frostpunk because you did play Frostpunk, the hardest of hardcore city builders as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God. I did not realize that when I got involved in this game. So I did play Frostpunk. I've seen it forever. Love I love the look and the screenshots. I've seen this thing on Steam. I love the art style they have and the marketing. It just always appealed to me and I never went and got it. But this past, I guess it's last couple of weeks, Xbox Game Pass has added Frostpunk. So I'm like, all right, I can download that. So I did just that. You might want to fast forward this part. I got kind of lost. Right. Yeah, I played this. This is me playing, by the way. Yeah, you want to talk about that game you played? There's no real pick your difficulty level. The difficulty level is, oh my God, it's 1886. And it's an alternate history. Remember those volcanoes that blotted out the sun for a little while? Well, it's really bad. It's really bad. So it's long term. So you're living in this frost world now. This frost. I don't understand why it's Frostpunk really, unless they it's kind of a play, I guess, on the steampunk. But I guess you're doing more frosty things.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely picked a hard game to play. Much more hard than I thought it was going to be. By the way, there's also a go out to the larger world because when you start out, you start off in this pit, this little pit area where your Frostpunk dudes are, and you can pop out of that and you can be above because you got separated when you set up this village. You got separated from other survivors. And so you've got to go retrieve those guys because that's how you populate your city. That's how you increase your population in your city. It's not like, people are, making out in the freezing cold because it is miserable. You're just doing everything you can to survive in Frostpunk. And so you pop up out of there at the little hole and you kind of go around. You go, oh, well, there's somebody I can go save. And you send your little scouts out and they go save them. It takes a while.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's really affected by the timer inside as well. But once you get back in this little city building disaster of an idea of a game, which, by the way, I liked a lot. When you're down there, you can pause, fast forward, 2-speed, 3-speed, whatever you need to do. Because lots of times you'll realize you've managed to put yourself in a path that's not going to end well. So you just kind of hit that 3-speed and just go ahead and get it over with. It's like, just go ahead and just die, you stupid people. Yeah. Because you got your characters and they're just trying to fight against the elements here, which is all ice all the time. You got to collect your coal. There's no wood to collect, but you're collecting your coal. And there actually is wood to collect. I said no wood, but I meant no trees to collect. There's wood to collect, but it's in debris piles.
Yeah, it's
so
like
you send your people
bundles
out.
of sticks that are laying around. Sure.
Yeah, and so they go out and they do. They got to plod through the snow and get to the resources and bring them back. Now, by default, when you first start, there's no laws really, other than the law of the land, and so people they go out, they'll work for 8 hours, and then they'll come back home, and nothing happens when they're sitting at home other than using up supplies.
Yeah,
and you're like, fast forward, so at that point in time, you can start making laws, and some of the laws you can pass are like, hey, guess what? We're working 10 hours a day. Yeah. And then, and of course that makes them very unhappy. So what? I don't care. We're in the frost. We're trying to survive.
Right.
Get over it. Yeah. I didn't have a lot of empathy for my characters. I didn't have, as the leader of the group, I did not have a lot of empathy. I am the mayor, by the way. If you didn't know, I'm the mayor of Craptown.
Yeah, you're the peen.
Right. Yeah, I'm the peen.
Did you call it Craptown? Did you call it Craptown?
I forget, did I name it anything? I don't remember if I ever renamed it or not, because I think you can rename it, but I don't think it does by default.
Oh,
Crap
man.
Town.
Crap
Welcome to
Town.
Frozen Crap Town.
Yeah.
Because that's what it felt like. But you have to keep watching everybody, because people get constantly getting sick, and you have to build hospital areas, and you have to keep leveling up your hospital areas so they can do better. Because when you first start out, I mean, they won't even amputate anything. So then you can study like amputation and pass laws that say, yeah, go ahead, or no, I'm sorry, it's a must be a tech tree kind of thing. You can go ahead and chop people's arms and legs off as needed. You can study further and delay that. Oh, by the way, the whole time you're doing this, the days are progressing, and some days are like negative 20 degrees Celsius, and then they'll drop down to like 40. And of course, whenever you do that, you burn more coal, and your people start to gripe and complain. What you gonna do?
Right.
You're the head peen. You just suck it up, and you go, okay, fine, new law, stop whining, and that's what you do. So you also, as you expand out and you get the resources closest to you, you have to start building little heat areas, like little fire furnaces and things that'll kind of keep those areas warm, because people start losing parts. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
want that.
Yeah, nobody
you don't want
wants
your people
that.
doing that.
No.
No. Have you played Frostpunk?
I have. I had a miserable time because I love the aesthetic of it. I love the look of it. I love the concepts around it. But man, could you make it a little less punishing, please? I just can't deal with it.
It's so punishing, but I did kind of enjoy it. But when I was done, I was exhausted, because you never feel like, even when you're doing good as the head peen, you never feel like anybody really is appreciating it. You know, you're just like, a good day is when no one dies.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But that's the thing. You're going to start losing people, and as you lose people, the good news about losing people is housing comes open, right?
Yeah.
The bad news is, of course, fewer workers to go collect coal, wood, and other metals and resources you need. Oh, by the way, the hunters are crap. These guys took forever, but I can't blame them. There's probably not much to hunt.
Yeah, you're living in like an ice scape. Like, what are you even going to kill out there?
I don't even know what they're killing. They're just bringing meat back, and we're making soup. By the way, that's like one of the tech trees. You can go like, oh, yeah, study soup. All right, I'll study soup. And that kind of helps, because that extends.
You really
of course,
studied soup. Wow.
Yeah, it kind of it extends the length that you can fool people into thinking they're full, right? It's
Right.
like, oh yeah, you need some soup. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of water and like wet leather and stuff to
Right.
make it seem like it's.
So if you're sitting around, you know, you're like, hey, what can I do that's really depressing? This game.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what rubbed me wrong about it, is that there's just zero optimism to it. Even if you do survive, like what's the point? Like, what are you doing?
But you
You're
know,
just-
sometimes I like that kind of thing. So, you know, if it was the right day, I would definitely play this game. But it's not something that you just look forward to. You know, it's more like that song that you don't listen to too often. But hey, you're driving down the road and it's really pouring down and it's just kind of dreary, and you're like, let's turn on that sad song.
yeah, let's
turn
hear
on that sad song.
Trent Reznor sing "Hurt" while we're in the car.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nobody wants
And
that
just kinda-
normally, not every day, but
No,
once in a while.
not every day.
I love the concept. I love the look of it, and I wish
I do
I was
too.
more into it. But I also wish you could do more than just build out in a circular way.
Yeah, there's not far you can't build. At least I couldn't. I couldn't build too far out, because it was just it's really slow. It is really brutal.
Yeah.
And you have to build in a circular pattern, like you said, and you have to build streets, and then you have to connect the power from the coal furnace,
Yeah.
and you kind of go further and further. Oh, by the way, after a while, I was so sick of hearing people complain. I just turned the furnace off. I'm like, oh yeah, you think this is bad?
Yeah.
No furnace.
Yeah.
No furnace.
How y'all doing now? Huddle up.
How you doing now?
Yep.
How you?
Huddle up. Get your touch wieners. You're gonna be cold tonight,
Right.
right?
That's right. That's how you do it.
That's good stuff. All right. Well,
I did overall, like I said, for what it is what it is, and it's fun if you're in that mood.
I agree. So I've been picking up something that I've been doing every time there's a new one. I think the Epic free games is great, and I like getting free
yes.
games. Even if I'm not going to play them, I always go get them. And there's one up there right now. It's kind of a weird puzzle thing that looks like pencil drawings. I forgot what it's even called. Seems neat. Haven't tried it yet. But a couple of weeks ago, they put a game up there called Horace. And we're both, ironically, without knowing we were going to do this, we both put Horace in our mentions list.
I plan on playing it this week.
Yeah, let me know what you think. I'm coming around on thinking that's a pretty rad thing.
Right.
I haven't played enough to say for sure, and it starts out in such a weird way, it's a little jarring. But once you kind of get further in, you realize, oh, this is kind of creative, and you don't see this sort of thing with platformers very often.
Yeah,
it's an odd game. So we got it for free on Epic. It's not there anymore for free, but that was one of their free giveaways. It's called Horace. It's a UK company made it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think it was last week or week 4, like you said.
You should try it.
You missed it, you'll just have to pay cash for it.
Pay attention, though, because next week is at Farmer 19
Oh, yeah,
or whatever.
Farming Simulator 19 is next week on Epic Game Store for free.
Well, I'm getting that, dude. I'm going to be farming my ass off. Oh, yeah. I was going to anyway. I was going to pick it up because you were talking about
Absolutely.
And I ended up not doing it.
That's a stupid fun game. It's just so stupid.
It is stupid. Fun. It's super dumb, but worth it. Okay.
I mean, the guy we'll just wait till you play it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it some more.
All right. We'll talk more about farming in the coming weeks.
It's a me Mario.
Brian, I'm going to play a little clip of audio for you, and you're going to try to guess what video game this comes from.
I'm all ears.
All right. Let's guess my game, everybody. Pack it in. Here we go. That to me would be the giveaway, but
that's super familiar. What is that?
There's more coming. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Any minute now there'll be voice. Hold on.
Take it easy.
There it is. Any ideas?
Man, I don't know. This sounds like something I would have played on the Commodore 64 almost. I mean, this sounds...
Well, it was arcade first. I think it ended up on some consoles.
Get or die.
There,
you gave it away. You gave it away. You gave it away.
Correct. That's 720 degrees.
720 degrees, man. Yeah, can't miss that. That's an all-time favorite. I didn't recognize hardly any. I recognized the first tone.
Yeah, that boom.
But then a lot of the other stuff I didn't recognize. It almost sounded like a car or a boat or something.
Yeah, there are a bunch of cars on the street in that thing. So this, that thing right there. That
God, you know, I haven't played in forever. Even thought about Paperboy.
Oh man, Paperboy's awesome. Are you kidding me?
I used to love that game.
Freaking love Paperboy. It probably doesn't hold up that well, but
I'm sure it's crap.
Yeah, I don't think it was that great ever. But here's a bit of that. You want to hear that? Here.
Oh yeah, you got Paperboy?
Yeah. Oh, it's only one ear.
Well, that's fine.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it both ears.
Do 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 do, and he's just chucking shit at people's doors.
Yes. Shoom, shoom.
Yeah, it was cool in its day.
It was the bomb. Loved
I wonder why that never got. No one's ever tried to make a new modern Paperboy.
Surely someone has at least done something, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna play ears
more
now.
Fun than Frostpunk.
I'm gonna play ears. You ready for this? I have no idea what this is, so here we go. I'm playing it. Kind of quiet. Let's see. Here we go.
Oh, it gets a little louder.
Commando?
No. 1998.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. It started, actually, it was a PC game in 2000.
Okay, so PC game in 2000.
Right.
All right, that should do it.
Let's board the Pandora.
Who's gonna fly it? We need Big John.
He took off during last night's card game.
Dude, video games had such bad VO back then.
Yeah. Microsoft picked this studio up, by the way.
Oh! Hold on.
And Until we track him down, I'll have to do my best.
Also, alternate history, just like Frostpunk.
Okay. And when? What's the era?
30s.
30s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't it feel so familiar? It's like, I totally forgotten about this game for the longest time. I used to love playing this game.
Wait a
too.
minute. This isn't that Xbox game.
It is.
It is? Was it,
Yeah.
Red? Hold on.
Close. Something like that.
Not Red Baron.
Nope.
Hold on. I know it. It's the fighting and it's the airship stuff and all that. Hold on. I know this name.
You got it. Come on.
Okay. I have it.
Do it.
Crimson Skies.
Yes, Crimson Skies.
I love that game. That was a great game.
It was a good looking game. Yeah, I love that game.
It was pretty. It ran great. I don't remember this being on PC. Was it? It must have been.
Yeah, it was originally released on PC, apparently. I didn't know that myself until I started doing some research.
Oh, I'll be darned. That's news to me.
But maybe that was the first one. Yeah, let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That is interesting. Anyway, there you go. I got it. I feel good about myself. And you got
You
my
should feel good.
skate or die.
Skirt.
I don't remember why he had to skate or die. What was the problem there? How come he was...
Yeah, usually it was because the bees had suddenly appeared. Usually it was something that had suddenly become a danger, right?
Yeah, what was it though? What was the threat to that dude? And was it in the was it some
like
kind
it
of
was the bees, wasn't it?
It's like a future type future where everything's dangerous and
Right.
And he would run out of energy or whatever he'd do, and then it would say "skate or die," and then some shitty thing would chase you. What happened? I don't remember.
I don't either. I remember having fun with it.
Yeah.
It was such a silly game, but it was so much fun.
And you could hear it, like when you'd be outside the arcade. Ours was called the Gold Mine. You'd be outside in the food court, and you'd hear "skate or die," and you're like, "I gotta get in there. I gotta go there and play that.
I gotta do it. I gotta skate or die."
Yeah. Here are the other sounds I loved. You heard that, and then you heard Sinistar.
Oh yeah,
I am Sinistar, whatever. You'd hear that guy, and then you'd hear the Gauntlet guitar riff.
Yes.
So it would go. Oh no, wait, that was Missile Command, or I mean, Marble Madness. Would go.
It was impossible to walk by. Not Wizard needs food badly. I mean, it was impossible to walk by Gauntlet without stopping.
Valkyrie needs food badly.
Valkyrie.
And then they had there was a Super Sprint would make a fun noise. I loved the sound of my arcade, man.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? I know I was getting marketed to. I know.
Absolutely.
But I don't care.
I don't care. Take all my quarters.
Take all my money.
How much money do kids have? Quarters.
Give me all.
Let's take them all.
I'm skipping class. Let's go. All right. Time in the show for an email from Cray, like Cray. He's Cray.
The supercomputer?
No, I don't think so. That does chess and that, all that stuff. Was that the Cray computer? Or no, that was that was like the first 3D processing thing. Didn't the Cray do? I don't remember. I don't know where the Cray was from.
Oh no, it's smarter than us.
I think my phone beats it now. Pretty sure. But anyway, he sent this email to boopshow@gmail.com. He says, "Hey guys, Cray here, and I had a thought. What if I picture him stoned as he's writing this, by the way,
right?
And you'll see why in a minute. He'll say, "What if we could just play games in our heads anytime we wanted to? We'd be the new consoles on the market, not some box under the TV. That would be cool, right? Keep on keeping it happening, Cray."
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Pass that on around.
Yeah, I want what he's having.
Yeah.
I don't, to answer his question as seriously as I can, given the context of the question.
Right.
I mean, yeah, there's probably a future where we can plug directly into things and we'll just see the stuff in our heads and play those worlds and games without the need of a bunch of devices. It'll be some sort of
plug in directly to our heads, right?
Yeah, well,
right
some kind of chip thing going. I'm ready for this now, but it will take society a while. Everyone's chicken to this sort of stuff, so.
Oh yeah, and they should be.
Should they be?
You shouldn't. Yeah, you didn't see Jurassic Park. I mean,
did,
if you don't put in the work.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta take your time.
Yeah, but there's no. We're not reviving dinosaurs here. We're just putting a chip in.
No, we're not reviving dinosaurs. We're just plugging directly into our brains and letting corporations in there and fiddle around. That's all.
You make a good point. If you want to make a point like Cray and then have us counter it, send it in, boopshow gmail.com.
No, that sounds like a great. I like that idea though. That's a lot of fun. The only problem is multiplayer would be hell, right?
Oh, it'd be hell in a basket. You don't want
Right.
that. Well, no, I don't know if it'd be hell. I mean, in theory, you could just sit there and play a game in your head, and all the motor function it requires and everything is just being controlled by your brain. Like you're just enjoying the experience of a video game, and you don't really have to do anything. I mean, I'm not sure that's good for us, but you know, it's still. I could see the tech coming around to that eventually. At some point. Anyway, thank you for your email. Send us more. boopshow@gmail.com. That's boopshow@gmail.com. Our website is frogpants.com/BOOP. You can leave us voicemails at 801-471-0462. And we're on Twitter at Boop Show. Brian's over there at The Brian Dunaway. I'm at Scott Johnson. You can follow us that way as well. And if you're interested, you can follow us on Reddit. The Reddit page is boopshow.reddit.com. All right, Brian, before we go, do you have anything else you'd like to say to the American and or international community?
The Americans or the international community. We're having a good time now, ain't we? Just waiting until we get video games in our heads.
Yeah, we'll just play it and I'll never leave Littlewood.
I'll never leave. What's the point? I mean, it comes to a certain point. What's the point of even
I'll never leave
right?
Glandular. I'll be peen forever. That's my goal. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
I don't like Steam. I love Steam.
Yeah. Never gets old.
It never gets old. Man, I really